Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Before we get started, I'm really bad with names, but I think Shakira. If you're trying to hit me up on Instagram, it's down. I don't know what's going on, but I am gonna leave my new Instagram in the description box below. The name of it. So, wasn't trying to ignore you. It literally was just like not letting me log on or anything like that. And for anyone else that wants to sit there and like hit me up and follow me on Instagram, I always love to sit there and talk and read comments and stuff like that. So I would definitely really appreciate it. Nicole, what the hell are you doing? I don't know what she was thinking about when she decided to go in Roman's bar. I don't know if she was trying to look for sympathy, empathy. I have no idea what she was actually going there for, but the minute that she walked in and you saw the look on his face, you knew it was going to go downhill from there. Throughout this conversation that I don't know why she's trying to actually have, there's one point where she was like, I had a good talk with Eric, and we kind of parted ways, and he understood that he was kind of responsible for the end of our marriage or something like that. I'm like, this man just watched his son get embarrassed by everyone, his family and his friends, everyone. And you basically sit there and say to his dad, hey, by the way, yeah, I know what I did to your son. It was like really terrible and bad, but we parted on ways of understanding that, well, he kind of did some of this, some of this crap too as well. So, just want to throw that in there. Because that was going to do what? It's like when she said, well, yeah, it happened, but, Sammy was the person that put Xander up to it. What does that have to do with anything? I'm literally sitting there like, and that means what? Even when Roman, because even when Roman's like, yeah, I'm really disappointed by that, but it still doesn't change anything. And she kind of stood there like, what? I don't understand this woman. I really don't. She literally was trying to, I felt like she, throughout this conversation, she was trying to shift blame a little bit. She was out there trying to shift blame, make excuses, and I'm just like, what are you doing? And then she's all like, well, I tried to sit there and talk to him. I tried to email him, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I don't understand how this woman actually managed to like tie her shoes and like get dressed for work with that mindset, with that type of mindset. So she goes there, and Roman pretty much snaps at her and just is really harsh on her. And then she leaves the bars and it's saying, I get it, I'm a terrible person, I'm bad, blah, 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 blah. And she walks off like, what? What did you expect, Roman to chase after you? I don't understand that. I really don't. And you know what the sad part? You know what the sad part is? Throughout her, I guess, weaseling out of responsibility or just saying, please sympathize with me or whatever. I don't even think Nicole is a bad person. I don't know the history of Nicole, and I've heard stuff, and it did not sound good, but I don't think Nicole is a bad person for what she did. I just think that she was really callous and stupid about the whole process. The whole process since she got married, since the day that she got married. She went about this relationship in such a train wreck way. And at one point she said to Roman, we're just two different people. She okays Eric going to Africa. Eric was like, I don't even know if I should go. And she was like, no, you have to do it because it's going to really help the village and this, that, and the third, and you have to go. You just got married, and you're basically sitting there saying, no, it's okay, you can just go halfway around the world. I mean, we haven't even been married a week, but nah, I don't see a problem with that. And don't get me wrong, it takes two, and Eric stayed way longer than he should have. I don't care what excuses he was sitting there going with. You know, you got married, you were married less than a week, and you just keep finding reasons to extend your stay? I mean, extending your stay and extending your stay, why even bother to come back at that point? You might as well just stay. I mean, whatever problems that they're facing, you think that you being there for, 3 months is going to just, magically cure it? It's part of the reason why I never really understood why he left in the first place. I mean, whatever this mission was, and I guess because it wouldn't even seem logical to leave for that long. Whatever it wasn't like it was going to be cured in whatever. So this whole thing was dumb. And yeah, he does take a bit of responsibility for that. But at the end of the day, she's all upset and she's crying. Now, let's take a trip back. You know what, let's go for it a little bit. I know it's going to be kind of mixy, whatever. But, Gabby, I don't get Gabby's issue with Ava. I really, really don't. I mean, she's acting like a child. Like a actual child. Who, Ava's there and she's spending too much time with my brother and she's, taking all the time away from me or something? Is that it? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Now, I did start with Gabby, I don't even remember which one. Hold on. Screw it. Let's go with Gabby first. I know it's not going to really make a lot of sense, but let's go with Gabby first. So Gabby is, plotting to take down Philip because, Philip was so nice to her and gave her a chance and, was a gentleman when she tried to use him to get over Jake. So of course, plotting to take him down is the obvious choice. So she's doing that. She's going through his emails or whatever, and he stops typing about something. Well, he's typing something, he stops. So in the meanwhile, Jake and her decide to have, mattress tag or whatever. And when that's done, they get ready to go downstairs. Now, Rafe got up and he was like, alright, I mean, I don't smell anything, and I'm hungry and kind of got a long day. I think you make one of your famous dishes or whatever, and she is just not having it. Okay, she woke up and she was not having it. And she practically just gave him a candy bar, like, alright, here's your breakfast. And then she gets into it with the whole Nicole thing. She's feeling insecure. And she just brings it all up. She brings it all up. She brings it all out. Especially the last time that he decided, oh, you know what, Nicole doesn't need a big fancy, doesn't lead a lot of people. I'm good enough, whatever. So she is upset about that. She goes on and on and on and on and on. And, a lot of this is just insecurity. And, Rafe, if the sad thing is that if you're just watching it today, you're going to side more with Rafe. Because Rafe is like, what are you talking about? We're just friends. I keep telling you that over and over and over again. And she keeps coming up with examples. And he's just like, yo, we're just friends. But here's the thing, though. There's more than just friends. And you're sitting there literally lying to her. And I feel like at that point, at least at that point, you owed her the truth. You owed her that much. But instead, you're going to sit there and lie straight to her face and then get upset with her because she's calling you out on something you're actually feeling for her. So I'm sitting there looking at this whole scene and I'm like, it's sad because Ava doesn't have any proof. So she comes across looking insecure and jealous and, whatever. Rafe, well, dude comes across just lying straight to her face. and making her feel, making her feel dumb for having these feelings, and in reality, it's true. They're arguing back and forth. Gabby comes down. Gabby says something immature, and she basically is like, "Oh, see, I told you he was gonna want to be with Nicole or whatever. I tried to warn you." Nice, Gabby. Nice. I'm sorry. How old are you again? We like 15, 16? Like, what is your age again? I'm a little confused. I'm like, wow. Nice, Gabby. Nice. Real mature. So she leaves and he leaves, and that's when Rafe was like, "Yep, she got in your head. You know she don't like you. She got in your head. She's making you feel insecure, and this is what you're sitting there doing with it." And I'm looking at him like, you know what? The sad part is that, yeah, but you're lying straight to her face. So you're kind of being a scumbag for that in a lot of ways. And Ava's had enough, and she walks off. It's like, yo, and she just leaves. Now Gabby, being the immature little thing that she is, sees Nicole. It's like, hey, it's a really great idea. Maybe you should sit there and hang out with Rafe. He'll love to sit there and see you. He knows that you're in a lot of pain, and you'll save him a lot of trouble by kind of, having him trying to find you. So you should go straight to him. And I'm like, Gabby, I'm just at a loss for words at this point. I mean, I'm at a loss for words to sit there and, not say anything that has 4 letters in it, but yeah, I'm at a loss for words for her. So she does exactly that. She comes over to see Rafe, and they just kind of stare at each other. Gabby. Now, Gabby is not there telling Jake before that whole stuff happened, go to, go to Philip, make sure you get hired, so this way we can kind of initiate our plan. Now, Philip is talking to Kate, and Kate, I felt like Kate was a little bit too accurate on her prediction. Like, not even like halfway through. Like, she comes in there and she's like, you can't trust Gabby and you can't trust Jake. You don't want to hire Jake because, Jake is pretty much a Trojan horse. And, Gabby will sit there and stab you in the back, and they'll kick you out of your company and sit there and run the place. And I'm like, wow, Kate, you almost sound like you read the script. Like, I mean, I get that she has her feelings towards Jake, and I know that's where it's largely coming from, and, she doesn't really like Gabby, but, like, she was hella spot on. Gabby, and, Philip was like, yo, listen, I'm a big boy, I can handle it, I'm good. They're not going to sit there and try to, like, Gabby's doing really well, we work well together, and Jake, he's hungry to sit there and take over, like, get back at Demera, so he has more motivation than, well, maybe even me. But here's the thing. When Kate leaves and Jake comes in, Philip was like, so, funny little story. Kate, my mom, she came in and she practically told me that I need to watch out for you. That you're going to be like the Trojan horse, and you and Gabby are going to sit there and try to run me out of the company. Now, I think that's a wild idea. What do you think, Jake? And, Jake kind of plays it off like, which is kind of odd. I mean, he plays it off and he's like, he's not even shocked, like, damn, how does she know that? He's just like, well, like, Kate doesn't like me because of the way things went down, and, I know how she thinks, and I know how the marriage works, and I'll be the perfect person to sit there and take them down. So he gives his sales pitch, and pretty much Philip was like, yeah, well, I was thinking about hiring you, but after talking with her, nah, I'm not going to sit there and try to chance it. I made way too many mistakes here. Can't let that happen. And, Jake tries to, I don't know, like, play against his pride or something. He's like, well, listen, if you can't sit there and trust, your own gut over your mom, having your mom pretty much tell you what to do. I mean, like, how old are you, pretty much? Like, that was the way he was sitting there coming at Philip. He was like, yo, listen, if you really made up your mind and you letting your mom sit there run the show, then there's really nothing I can say. Have a good day, and I'll see you around. And he starts to walk. Philip sits there and looks. Now, I'm guessing tomorrow Philip is going to sit there and say, you know what? Let's do it. I'm going to sit there and take a chance on you. Whatever this plan is, I hope that Jake tells Gabby, by the way, yeah, Kate is either a psychic, she has a crystal ball, because she knew exactly what we were going to do before I even walked in that door. And maybe they'll alter their plans or whatever. Yeah. Brady Black is back. He was doing, like, rumors or whatever, maybe something I read. Like, he was doing, like, a Lifetime movie or a Hallmark movie or, well, you know, they're, like, interchangeable. But he's back. And he wants to sit there and, quote-unquote, whisk Chloe away to New York City for a business meeting. Oh, and this way, you know, she gets to sit there and see her family. And Chloe's like, I don't think that's such a good idea. You know, Philip probably you know, he wouldn't like that. So, I don't think I should do it. And of course, you know, Brady's like, oh, well, you can't sit there and let his insecure feelings come in between, you know, business and stuff like that. And, I mean, to some extent, he has a point. I mean, there's going to be times where they're going to sit there and have to be on business meetings and taking trips or whatever, and, you know, she can't let her relationship and Philip's insecurities get in the way of her job. Oh, also, Kate was not there telling Philip to, quote-unquote, pump Chloe for information about Tamara. Which he said no. And, you know, Kate also warns Philip about, you know, Chloe and Brady and their relationship. And just, you know, listen, be careful around that Chloe, because, you know, she already hurt you once, so I don't know. Of course, I thought that Philip hurt Chloe by being with some other woman Mimi, I think, that I gotta sit there and see how this woman looks. But, the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, Brady and Chloe and stuff like that. So, you know, Chloe's like, listen, when I came over to sit there and see you, I forgot, you know, Philip was not there ringing and texting me and stuff like that, and I just kind of left him hanging. So they're going back and forth about that. And Chloe's like, listen, why do you really want me to go to this trip with you? Like, do you want to spend alone time with me? Like, what's going on? Like, what is your angle? And I'm sitting there looking at Brady like, listen, why don't you sit there and put all your cards on the table? You want to sit there and talk about how Philip is this and Philip is that, and Philip's a snake, and, you know, he's insecure and yada yada yada. Bro, if you want to sit there and make a stand, then make a stand. Sit there and tell her how you really feel. Stop trying to use this whole, oh, we're going on a business meeting as some sort of, like, cloak and dagger. Like, in reality, you want her back. Which is, like, okay. I mean, I find it kind of ironic that, you know, he left, you know, there was a point where Chloe got hurt by Kristen, and he felt all bad and apologetic, and like, I didn't mean to make this happen, and, you know, yada yada yada. But now he has no problem sitting there pursuing Chloe. And I'm like, you do realize that your ex isn't in jail? Like, she's just free to wander in the earth, and she can sit there and get revenge on Chloe at any point in time, but you have no problem putting her life in danger because, well, your needs and what you want comes first. Okay, bro, I got you. They get a call from Nicole. Well, Brady gets a call from Nicole, and they're saying that Nicole is not coming into work for a week. And with that being said, Brady's like, listen, yeah, I need you to go on that trip with me, because she's not here, and she needs somebody, and, I need somebody to go with me, and, well, you're it, and you're up. So, pack a bag, and get ready. Now, we all know what's going to wind up happening. Sooner or later, Philip's insecurity is going to get the best of him. I mean, at the end of the day, Philip's worst enemy is himself. So it's only a matter of time before that relationship tanks. Anyway, with that being said, I think that's pretty much about it. If I missed anything, please write it down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. I will see you in the next video.